day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for the Abnormal Barders. Tonight we have a lot to chase after. Out of all these skins, only 3 of them are regular skins. We have the likes of the optimized AK-47, the Apotheosis of War Garage Door, the Popstar Sheepman Door, Bambooque. We also happen to have Mecha Axe, HellCore Clothing. We also happen to have the Brutalist Base Box, the Eye of the Sahara Bow, and the Nuke Vibe Jackhammer. We have a lot to chase after. Chat, I hope you did your practice, Barders. I hope you're prepared. Make sure you get all your links ready. We've got a lot to chase after. Now, if you're a little bit confused, if you don't fully understand what abnormals are, abnormals, regular skins, what's this guy on about? Do you need help? Well, listen in. If you were to just scroll down and take a look in the description, at the very top, 2 videos are provided. The first video is a 60-second short video which will quickly showcase to you the abnormal skins. They become marketable before the roster even rotates. More specifically, we've got about 39 minutes until the abnormals appear. They are going to become marketable. We know it's going to happen. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to figure out prices for all these skins, race to get those barders down, and then afterwards we'll see how many barders each skin has, how high the prices go, and we can kind of get a clear picture into figuring out, could these skins actually retain their value? Could they actually turn out to be quite nice, interesting looking investments? Of course, if they look to be nice investments, we'll jump in. We'll actually buy some straight from the Rust store. Does that make sense? Cool. So yes, this is going to be super insightful, super helpful. Like, if you want to get involved with Ruskin investing, you want to learn about abnormals. And so that, if you want to learn quite literally everything there is to do with abnormals, consider watching the second video listed in the description. It's about 20 minutes long, but quite literally, you'll learn everything there is in regards to abnormals. When do abnormals appear? How to identify abnormals? I'm sure you understand. Cool. So yeah, we've got quite a lot to chase after. We saw a lot of interesting skins, like fish gloves. That took almost 5 years to be accepted. Unfortunately, that's a regular skin, so that's only become that will only become marketable tomorrow when the Rust rotates. But don't forget, tomorrow is May 4 swipe. Tomorrow we are expecting early Rust rotation, alright? Make sure you're aware of that. So cool. Let's now go through all these skins, figure out prices for all of them, and then of course, in a bit, we'll be racing to put those barders down. Optimized AK-47. When I first saw you, I immediately compared you with another notable AK-47, that being the Comics AK-47. Let's just find it pretty easily by searching for the highest priced AKs, and you can see it right over to there. That is still $21.50. Now, I did say this. That came out 5 years ago, back in 2021. That did over 35,500 subscribers. Even back then. But I should also point out, even though we're seeing pretty high sales now, it's actually matching up to basically what we saw at the Comics AK. This is significantly cheaper compared to the Comics AK. And if you saw my Rust rotation video, if you listen into the yapping, the comparisons, honestly, this does a very good job, like lining up with it. And I can't help to assume a lot of people probably do prefer it. This, of course, also happens to have a little bit of transparency right there. I can't help but assume it might not be an immediate thing, but I truly believe this will be appreciated, and I truly believe this will be working out quite right in the future. At $3.49, you might be a little bit worried based on the price, but I have to point out and sit here and say, whilst the majority of AK-47 skins that get accepted tend to go down in price pretty badly, especially ones of a higher price, if they're special, if they stand out, they tend to be the ones that actually work out very, very nicely, you know? So I am in the position of expecting that this AK is going to be one of the special ones this year. We'll probably end up with like 30 plus AK-47s by the end of 2026, and there'll probably be at best maybe 3 of them that are in the positive. I can't help but assume that will be one of them, okay? So, if I'm fairly confident, if I am understanding that a lot of people who like to roam around in the snow biome and they're full whiteout will be appreciating that, especially considering it's a lot more approachable and affordable compared to the Comics AK-47, what am I going to suggest? At $3.49, I think I'm going to offer between $2.30 to $2.80, and it wouldn't surprise me if by the end of the night, I'm probably going to jump in and buy some. It might not be an immediate thing. Again, you don't know if someone's gone ahead and bought 1,000 of them. I mean, there's one guy there with 100. I mean, it is a bit high-priced, Hedge. Maybe people aren't so keen to jump in and offer so much, buy so much. Well, honestly, maybe it might take a good couple years to really get somewhere. I don't think it will go up to $20 like the Comics AK-47. but I won't be surprised if it probably gets close to around $10 at some point. Now, at some point, what do you mean by that? Well, that could take a year, that could take 2 years. At the very least, it might take until post-Christmas 2027. A lot of people probably aren't very happy to spend $20+ on a white AK. Well, another one's just appeared, and it also happens to have a little bit of transparency. They have options now. Maybe it only negatively affects the Comics AK, and this doesn't really budge that much. Oh, that might be a bit worrisome. But to be honest with you, I do believe that'll be one of the special AKs this year. I do believe that'll be appreciated. So, all right, cool, understood. $2.30 to $2.80. Apotheosis of War Garage Door. When I saw these free skins, I just couldn't help but assume they were very likely going to sell a lot. Now, in regards to the AK-47, I expected that to do between 30 to 35,000 subscribers. By tomorrow, I won't be surprised if we probably get to between 32 to 33, so that seems on point. But in regards to this garage door, with the 48-hour analysis, I thought that was going to do between 27 to 32,000 subscribers. I still stand by that point, but I have to point out, wow, you're on the lower side of things. I guess it slowed down towards the end of its 7-day tenure in the Rust Door. But what I got to sit here and say is, though, I can't help but assume this skin creator will just keep making more and more interesting skins, but he did take a bit of a break. Now, that's quite the parallel. That's something different. But he wanted to do something different. He wanted to take a break. He has been making a lot of interesting Apotheosis of War skins recently. Notably, you might notice that we've got a sheet metal double door and an armored door currently available, okay? Could they be accepted tomorrow? Well, it would be nice. Will it happen? But let's just quickly point this out as well. That bid, $3.49. It was retaining for quite some time, but it was still slightly below its Rust Door price. This appears it goes above $5. Do you feel confident that we will see another Apotheosis of War skin being produced and accepted? I mean, they're currently available right now. At the end of the day, it's down to Face Punch's decision. In regards to what I see here, the sales are high. I respect that. But I kind of would be surprised this probably will be one of the better performing garage doors this year. Now, let's just make a point. We have had quite a lot of garage doors this year. Yes, indeed we have. But if I could just scroll down, I think what we want to do is compare to a notable garage door from the past. Quite similar in style. Yes, I'm talking about Shadowborn. Do you remember Shadowborn? Shadowborn looked cool. I'm going to sound really old when I say this, but that looks like it's just aura farming. Right? Yes, I'm old. I'm so sorry. I said it. But they are similar in terms of style. They are similar in terms of sales as well. That did 25,600 subscribers, but that sold for $3.49. And yet, right now, it's still doing a pretty decent job retaining its value. It is slightly down. It is down by 50 cents. But right now, it's May. Only now are we starting to notice prices are improving. And if we could just go back to the previous post-Christmas, let me just show you this. There you go. I can confirm to you, this past post-Christmas, this was selling up to around $4. It was profitable. Are we going to see a very similar situation? If we do see a collection continuation, I do believe that would go above $4. But if we don't see a collection continuation for a while, but of course we still go through the summertime, July, August, summer peaks, is that going to actually work out nicely? I think it looks nice. I think it looks cool. I believe that does stand out compared to a lot of the other garage doors this year, and doesn't have an anime girl. But I don't think we'll be seeing anything like this for quite some time. I think that will be appreciated in the foreseeable future. Could it still go below its Rust Door price? That wouldn't surprise me, because inevitably we do have the autumn fall seasonal dip. Around October time, maybe that does suffer a bit. Or maybe it has such a good summertime that it actually goes up so high it doesn't really go back down in price anymore. Chat, you need to get Mr. William to use it. Anyway, in regards to what I see here, I'm going to offer $1.80 to $2.30. I feel like that's a very decent barter to offer for a $3 skin, let alone a garage door. For pretty much every other garage door, it's not been very nice this year. What do you mean, Hedge? Anime Girl, Space Station. Surprisingly, that's actually doing quite alright. But everything else, like the other designs, I mean, Atomic Ever After's not doing too bad. Anyway, we've seen a lot of garage doors this year, and I expect to see even more. It wouldn't surprise me if we do potentially have the most garage doors ever like being added in a single year this year, because we did that last year and the year before that and the year before that. We keep seeing tons of garage doors. If we see something as cool as that, that might be concerning for that. So, cool. Popstar Sheepman door. So again, I reiterate, when I first saw this rust door, I looked at these three and I thought, oh, surely all of these are going to go up to over 30,000 subscribers. No. And I'm surprised by this. So let's just quickly hop back over to here. Whilst I was expecting the Sheepman door to do between 20 to 25,000 subscribers, I honestly thought it'd be closer to 25,000 subscribers. Well, as of now, that doesn't appear to be the case. However, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of us, and I know you're in the chat, I know you're in the chat, I know you're in the chat, don't you lie to me, I know they're just waiting until the last second. They're going to do the barders, and then they go I know you're going to buy 100. I know you're going to buy 100. I know you are. Anyway, I believe that this will probably be selling quite a lot over the course of tonight. I know what they're up to. Popstar has been successful. Popstar has been getting quite a lot of acceptances. 1, 2, 3 consecutive acceptances. Could it be 4? Now, it could either be the tier 3. It could be the pump shotgun. We'll see. So, do you reckon it could happen? Do you fear it? Do you fear finally becoming an anime girl? Anyway, moving on. Pump shotgun's also a very, very, very good shout. If you want fully well aware, oh, that was the old one. If you want fully well aware, the focused item of the month for May 2026 is the pump shotgun. And of course, the brand new Skinner is the electric furnace. Cool. Honestly, either one, if it happens, I do expect to see that spike in price, as did everything else when these recent skins were accepted. That garage door is $8. It wasn't always $8, no. But with the arrival of the Sheepman door, well, it's been doing very good. And I have spoken to the skin creator. I gave him a pretty cool idea for a rock. Let's see if that works out nicely. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to seeing that design. What do you mean, Hedge? What's happening? Well, you'll find out. Anyway, yeah, that has risen up very, very nicely. Look at that. Sheet metal door, armored door, sleeping bag. I guess you've already done the bed, right? Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of potential deplorables, but guess we'll see what happens next. You know, guess we'll just have to wait and see. Regardless, you haven't sold an absurd amount. We could reference Hasma once more. Hasma Sheepman door came out not too long ago, didn't it? That did over 40,000 subscribers. That right there is comfortably in the positive. Sold for $2.49, currently listed at $4 at the moment on the Steam market, and it's May. It's not July, it's not August. Could that go up even higher? Do we actually see the sheet metal double door being accepted? Well, I mean, tomorrow might be a nice thing. Anyway, focusing this, I think I have to go in strong. Like, as much as you might sit there, yes, you the viewer, sitting there, in disgust, saying, I don't like anime. I don't need it in Rust. No. Oh, I see through you. I know you've already bought a bunch. Anyway, you'd have to respect that a lot of people do buy these skins. Hasma sold an absurd amount, and it still worked out perfectly fine. That has sold a reasonable amount, and I'm sure you'd agree, the previous skins were very in demand. I'm sure that will also be very in demand, but it hasn't sold that much. Does that not align to potentially being a nice investment? $2 to $2.50 for that $3 skin. That's what I'm suggesting, and I think I'll probably buy 100 tonight. I bought 100 of the Hasma Sheepman door. I'm not regretting that. I'm not regretting that. So, I honestly, I expect to see more of this collection this year, and yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that bounces up. Looking forward to it. Bambooque. I'm sure you probably saw my videos discussing this. I made two. One where I just showed it off, and then one where I kind of showed off the transparency a little bit more. Well, let me just point out, I thought this barbecue was going to do between 15 to 17,000 subscribers. Over the course of tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if it probably gets an extra 1,000. But yes, I did make a little video discussing and showcasing its transparency, because that can be utilised as a barricade. Are people actually going to make use of that? Well, I can shoot people, and they can also have a lovely bit of barbecue, you know. It keeps me nice and warm. But Silver Spooks did respond. Let's see if he can figure out anything fun with that. When Silver Spooks makes a video showcasing an exploit, people take notice. So, just Just going to leave that there. Anyway, I'm not sure if this is going to be the only time we see a design like this. It wouldn't surprise me if we see more designs like this barbecue. And hey, if one got accepted, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a lot more. Now, can I also just point out we do have a Twitch drop on the way? A pink barbecue? Yeah, sure. Not sure if that's actually going to take away a lot of the attention that we see on this particular barbecue. But with it being part of the Bambooque collection, there's more potential skins on the horizon for this. It's just, is it going to actually happen? We had to wait quite a long time to finally see an acceptance again. Maybe we need to see another weird outlandish skin from Corey and Sodsender again. We'll see what becomes of that. Anyway, I'm being realistic with you. I'm not sure if people actually care about barbecue skins. Chat, I'm asking you sincerely, who here has actually gone through the effort to skin their barbecue? No. Alright, cool. I have. Alright, cool. So some people do, some people don't. Alright. Which one did you buy? Mr. Shiftless Drifter, which skin did you buy? Which one have you been appreciated? I will when I get this Bambooque. Alright, fair enough then. So maybe over the course of the summer, people appreciate Bambooque because, of course, you know, summer barbecues. Let's do it the bamboo. Hey, that's fine. I'm still not sure if there's enough people wanting to do that. Wrought iron. Oh, I have. Only because I'm poor, I don't have any skins. Oh. Oh, no. Abyss. Cool, cool. Alright then, fair enough. I'm not sure if the Bambooque has the collection to keep it up. And with the item it is, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. So in regards to this $3 price, I think I'm only going to offer between $1 to $1.50. I could see it work out a little bit quite alright with its funny design. I'm just not fully sure if it's going to be perfectly fine. So yeah, I'm just going to go with $1 to $1.50. I'm going to go about halfway. Mecha Axe, the Salvaged Axe. So, no, that's not a collection. Well, I can't confirm it could be a collection because what did we see over the course of this weekend? We saw, there we go. Yes, a Jackhammer. Wow, look at that. It's a Mecha Jackhammer. Cool, cool. So I'm not sure where it progresses from here. I guess a Mecha Salvaged Ice Pick would help, you know. That'd be nice. That'd be cool. Anyway, still not sure about Salvaged Axes. Oh, they're all down in price now. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't know. Have people gone for the efforts to skin their salvaged axes? Is that interesting enough for people to want to keep buying it afterwards? It's got an interesting bit of transparency. I won't deny that. It's just I'm not fully sure. With it being the newest skinnable, I was under the assumption we'd see a lot of these. Well, it's been a full month. We've seen 4 in total so far. Could we keep seeing more and more being accepted, much like what we saw the barbecues? If that were to happen, I would be concerned for that, because I can't help but assume we're going to see a lot more metallic designs for salvaged axes in the future. So I look at that, and I'm going to go with 60 cents to 80 cents. I don't fully trust it, and when I don't fully trust weapons and tools, I lowball it. I play it safe. 60 cents to 80 cents. Right. So we're going to talk about the HellCore hoodie and pants now. There was quite a discussion in regards to the clothing here. First of all, let's just reiterate, the tier 3 has been resubmitted. The tier 3 is right there. Nothing changed compared to the previous edition. If we do see that tier 3 being accepted, if we do eventually see tier 2 boots and gloves, I stand by this point. I said it before, I'll say it again. When we actually see a collection continuation appear for this, I do believe people get like clued in that, oh, wait, so we're going to get another collection that's black this year? Because we already have Black Ops, don't we? Oh, so it wouldn't surprise me if the second batch gets a lot of sales, a lot more compared to hoodie and pants, because this has been very like tame. Now again, look at the skins that are in this rush store. That took away most of the attention. That's fine. But if we did get a sequel, wouldn't that be one of the skins that gets most of the attention then? So for a blackout alternative option, it is shiny. It does have quite a lot of white. Here's hoping the armor would cover that, but then again, there you go. Not sure if people are going to be super pleased. But as people have already pointed out in my chat, a lot of servers now, they just don't really have a nighttime anymore. It's a lot faster. Maybe dark clothing just isn't really needed. What about in the shaded areas? What if you live in in the jungle, in the forest, you know? So, regardless, I have seen a lot of black collections of the past work out quite alright. So Commando and Black Diamond came around the same time, you might recall. That's looking pretty good. Then, of course, Black Diamond. That was the shinier one of the pair. Both of them appeared back in 2024. That's looking pretty good. Look at it. Look at it. Those prices are pretty sweet. So, looking at HellCore, could we also have a very similar situation like what we saw with the naval camo? Naval camo hoodie pants comes out first. It gets all of these skin sets coming out after it. It gets a lot of boosts. And yet, it sold the most compared to all these skins here. That did 26,000 subscribers. This right here, though, it has matched up to my expectation. I did believe that was going to do between 11 to 13,000 subscribers. There you go. I don't know why I scrolled so much. Yep, 11 to 13,000. It's quite tame. A lot more tamer compared to what we saw. So, you know, I think that's in a very, very, very good spot. I'm going to offer between $1 to $1.50. I do believe that I might be buying a bunch of those tonight. I have put my faith into HellCore quite a lot this year, and I have succeeded. Like, I bought 50 of these Thompsons, $4 a piece, but I could see in my own eyes they have hardly sold anything, and black Thompsons do tend to work out quite nicely. It's now the third highest priced Thompson that we have in the game. Cool. SMG's doing quite alright, SAR's doing quite alright. The other skins, well, that doesn't have a transparent aim sight, that doesn't. This came out when we got those Twitch drops with transparency, so awkward timing, yeah. Bow could be better, but it's only got like 3 listings below its store price. So, yes, it's got a lot of support behind it already. It's got a lot of attention already. And if we actually see the continuations, I do believe the other potential future clothing armor pieces will be selling more compared to hoodie and pants. Lo and behold, my final point, when you have a complete set, typically the pieces that sell the least tend to become the most valuable. So, what you expecting then, chat? Are you feeling reasonably confident with HellCore? Again, it might be shiny, but if it still gets those continuations, well, there you go. So, understandable. Brutalist Base Box. Well, we did see a potential sequel. We did happen to see the Jungle Base Box, which definitely opens the door for potentially a lot of collaborations in the future. More specifically, collection collaborations. Not sure what to expect, but anyway. So that's actually 2 collections in one. That is both the Temple collection and the Base Box collection. I don't think this being accepted would really change this that much. Take a look at the previous Base Boxes. Yep, So I can confirm to you with this appearing, this didn't change that much, this didn't change that much, this didn't change that much. Oh. Let's just quickly go ahead and confirm that. So if I could just go back to the previous week, yeah, there's a bit of interest, but it hasn't really had that much interest overall, and it looks like it's starting to cool off already. So, okay, before everything kicked off, this was probably sitting at around $1.20. You know what? It did go up 50 cents, Hedge. Yeah, true, fair enough. But, you know, it's only had 5 sales in the past 24 hours. Oh. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be, I don't think we're going to go super strong in this one. It's a perfectly fine design, and by all means, if you saw it, if you liked it, if you thought, hey, that's cute, I'd like to see more of these, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. But if you're looking at that as an investment, I think I'm only going to offer between 80 cents to $1.20. I'm going to go about halfway. I don't fully trust it. Eye of the Sahara Bow. So, somewhat recently, we have seen some interesting bow skins with transparency in a very particular spot. As you see right here, Black Ops Bow, that did over 36,000 subscribers. What? But it's also super in the positive. Now, again, this has the transparency placed right there. But you know what? I'm also kind of, like, sort of convinced, like, is this minute plated? Who minute plates a skin that sells a lot? That's what makes me think about it more. Like, no, surely it's not, like, manipulation. But, it does go up kind of randomly. Is it purely? No, that's weird. No, that is weird. Is that legit? Oh. Well, anyway, moving on from there, we have seen the recent HellCore bow as well, which is also doing a very good job retaining its value. It's only down by a little bit, as I already said. Like, people are appreciating these bow skins with just that little bit of transparency. So, yep, literally only 3 listings below its store price. Everything else, nice and thin. That could easily go up to $4 potentially later this year. Huh. I have Sahara. I have also seen a pretty interesting crossbow being produced. But, yep, there's the transparency, there's the lovely gemstone. It's got an interesting golden touch. It is an interesting golden bow. But Shino, he makes a crossbow. It looks like it has some transparency. He doesn't aim down. He didn't aim down in any of the pictures. The main thing we needed. Anyway, so basically there is a potential apparent transparent crossbow on the horizon. Maybe. Anyway. If that crossbow were to be accepted, I'm not really sure if that's going to really bounce up that much. But independently, is that even going to go down that much? With all due respect, that's a pretty interesting looking bow. I hope to see more of the Sahara collection. I hope to see Shino aiming down more. Sorry. I think for that I'll offer $1 to $1.50. I'm not fully sure what to offer it. I'm not feeling that confident, but I can also respect it hasn't sold that much. Transparent bows of the past have worked out quite alright. I think $1 to $1.50 would be okay. That's what I'm going to suggest. And then we have the Nuke Vibe Jackhammer. Well, you didn't really sell that much. This, of course, was the focused item of the month. I thought these two would do quite alright, and, well, they've done better compared to the other ones. Oh, boy. You have sold the least. In the grand scheme of things, I think you've quite literally sold the least. What do you mean? Marketable-wise, yeah. That's quite a surprise, isn't it? By tomorrow, I don't really expect it to get that much more. And I know Nuke Vibe isn't vibing. Except the SAR, apparently. Is that a manipulation? That seems quite sudden. Anyway, garage door down, AK down, fridge down, barbecue down, crossbow down. I don't think that's going to do alright. Especially considering we have seen quite a lot of jackhammers in such a short amount of time. I think in regards to that, I'll offer $1 to $1.50. It hasn't sold that much. Yeah, it might drop down. Is it going to really drop down that bad? Could it still potentially be quite reasonably profitable? So, yeah, I think I'll offer $1 to $1.50 for that. $1 to $1.50. Now for regular skins. So, fish, boots and gloves. Earlier today I did make a short video discussing my thoughts in regards to the design. First of all, let's just quickly point out fish collection is in demand. People like fish collection. Maybe it's Spoon Kid's fault. We'll see. Anyway. It's a perfectly fine green approachable design. People have been treating it as some green camouflage, notably the primitive skins. But we are incomplete. We only have tier 2. We don't have the tier 3 or the hoodie and pants available. Now, again, I repeat, this took 4.5 years to finally be accepted. It was out of the blue, it was random, Face Punch just randomly decided, hey, let's go accept fish, roadside gloves and boots. Sure, alright, fair enough, cool, thank you. They are green. They are cheap green camouflage, only 99 cents a piece. I did say, though, you know, if you're looking for a super budget option, you could also consider sell roadside gloves. You could just wear standard normal gloves, perhaps. Standard normal tactical gloves, not skinned. I mean, yeah, but sure. I personally did vouch for the tank armor gloves, but they are like slightly pricier. So tank armor roadside gloves, they are currently priced at around $6. I have done a comparison, a short video already. Whilst they might be better, I could buy 6 of these. So again, simply due to the fact that it's the cheapest option, it wouldn't surprise me if it does get attention. But you know what's got my attention as well? Someone went ahead and bought over 700 of these. With them being so approachable and affordable, a lot of people jumped in. What's going to happen to all of these purchases? What's going to happen next? What do you reckon? Are we going to end up seeing like 400 of these listed on the Steam market at some point in the near future? If that happens, uh-oh. And it hasn't really got that many subscribers, which is silly. So again, if you're one of those people that bought a lot, don't sell all of them in one go. You're only ruining your own potential profit. By default, I look at that and I sit here and say, it wouldn't surprise me if fish roadside gloves comfortably reach up to like $1.50 in the near future. What about, you know, later on this summertime? More specifically, what about around July and August time? Well, I'm certainly not expecting tier 3 or hoodie and pants to be accepted anytime soon. But at the very least, you are appreciated. I could potentially see you double in price. So, I've been thinking about it. And I think I have to offer between 80 cents to 90 cents for both these pieces. But I think I will just straight up buy like 50 of these tonight. I don't see it crashing and burning, but again, let's see what the other people do. What do you mean by other people? The other people. Unfortunately, there are other people that are happily list like 100 of these just to make a 2-penny profit. Yes, that does happen. So, yeah, a little bit of patience and hope, and maybe that'll work out all right. My only concern with the boots, whilst, you know, if you were to compare it to like all the other boots of the past and whatnot, those are actually very approachable and affordable. Those are the cheapest green boots we have ever seen. Forest Raiders boots right there, costing just over $11. But to be honest with you, you could just wear nothing on your feet. The grass covers your feet. You could just wear standard boots. Honestly, that'd also work perfectly fine. Maybe this doesn't get as much attention, but you have sold quite a fair bit less. I feel like you would actually still work out quite right regardless. Like, whilst this might have a lot of listings in the Steam market, you might just work out perfectly fine just because this got most of the attention. So you know what? Same thing, 80 cents to 90 cents. I might buy a sneaky 20 or so. We'll see. So, alright, cool. Training crossbow, I mean, it's a perfectly fine looking design. It looks like it has transparency. It kind of looks as if it does have transparency, but only this small portion here. Compare that with the, the Stinger crossbow from last year. Night and day difference. This does not compete. It doesn't compare well. Training crossbow is a perfectly fine looking design, a lovely sequel for the training collection. It's just, look at all the training weapon skins and you'll notice, oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, alright then. So they don't seem to be appreciated. The clothing and armor is, but not the weapons. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking I'm probably going to offer between like 70 cents to $1. Let's also just quickly point out what's the cheapest price for a crossbow. Let's go ahead and point this out. Lowest price. The lowest marketable price I see for a crossbow, it appears to be just slightly less than $1, 95 cents, 95 cents, 97 cents. I don't think we're going to see this crash and burn down that bad. But if you're feeling a little bit more cautious, maybe only offer 70 cents USD. All right, 70 cents. So, all right, fair enough then. 70 cents to $1. Right. That was everything. We've got about 7 minutes until we actually do the abnormal barders. So, I repeat, our expectations tomorrow are with the May update. So, let's go ahead and find that tweet. Here we are. With the May force wipe, with the force wipe rust rotation, we are expecting an early rust rotation. And, well, how early could it be, Hedge? Probably like 5 o'clock in the evening, UK time. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, yeah, whatever. Yes, I would expect an early rust rotation. And whilst I'll try my best to get the short video out, I won't be able to have the electric furnace in it. Because, yes, we are expecting electric furnaces tomorrow, pump shotguns tomorrow. Again, the brand new skinnable, and, of course, the focused item of the month. Looking forward to it. But it doesn't seem to be like a huge, massive, insane update. I mean, workbench refresh. Maybe that'll be pretty interesting. One thing of note, we don't see the crypt building skin being mentioned. Uh-oh. Maybe it still gets added. We'll see, we'll see. But I was rolling with the expectation that the crypt building skin was going to be happening. Guess not. Guess not. Or maybe it still happens. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, cool. Understood. So, yes. Early rust rotation is expected. Be prepared. And if you're watching this right now during your lunch break, start making a decision. Go look at the listings in the Steam market right now and make a decision if you actually want to jump in and buy. If you have second guesses, don't forget, you can refund your purchase within 48 hours if you truly want to, okay? You could use that time to your advantage. I'm just saying. So, alright, cool. Understood. It's a perfectly fine looking batch of skins. What could we see being accepted tomorrow, though? Could wrought iron get even more skins accepted? Could we potentially see a Senor Tomato? What about hologram? Could that actually get a continuation? Curse of the Drowned Treasure? Could we get a piggy? Could we potentially see some interesting skins such as the Flamebearer Sheep Matador? Could we see, I don't know, maybe another Gothic Veil skin such as Garage Door? Could we maybe see Eye of Sahara Rock? Oh, toy collection. HellCore Crossbow. Oh, what else we got? What else we got? Well, I do recall we happened to see some pretty interesting clothing, such as porcelain hoodie and pants. Well, if we got that, we'd be happy. And maybe that's not allowed. Or, maybe we could see, I don't know, I'll probably just point it out, but maybe, maybe. Of all things, I think you'd actually have people scream about that if that was accepted. You'll be screaming when people wear that as they wait outside your base. Come on now, please, 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 please. How many times do I have to say please, Face Punch? How many times do I have to say please? Trekking through the desert, it's really hot. Why can't I just ride the carpet just to go through the desert? Come on now. Yeah, that's a table. So, all right, cool. That's a perfectly fine look and design. A lot more electric furnaces, of course, as well. Oh, look, a pirate electric furnace. It's nice and spooky. Interesting. So, who knows what we're going to see? Guess we'll enjoy the surprise. Right then, so I should now skip ahead. I should go ahead and do those barders. So, all right, cool. You got a nice little preview. Let's now skip ahead and proceed to do those abnormal barders. Abnormals, 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 abnormals. Right, I just hit my microphone there. Sorry about that. Okay, AK-47, come to me. Appear. I wish to do the barder. Now. It might take a while. There, 42 pennies. Is that what you're going to offer? That's a foolish amount. A foolish... Oh, God, No, damn it. I've ruined it for myself. I copy and pasted SMM sandbox section because we're under the impression we're going to have some sandbox skins become available as well. Right, what price did you suggest? You said $1.80. So I'm going to offer this amount, and I'm only going to request 30 because I think I'm a little bit slow. Yes. What, really? Yeah. Metaphorically speaking, what? Oh. Anyway, I said $1 to $1.50. So I'm going to offer this and that. I have confidence in HellCore. I've had confidence in HellCore for a while now. I'll still have confidence in HellCore. Right, let's go ahead and request there. Over to here, let's get some more refreshers on these pages. Hello, Garage Door. Right, so price suggestions again. Hedge does have to remind himself, because whilst he talked a lot, he said multiple things and he doesn't want to get confused. Right then, so I'm going to go ahead and offer that. Okay, we did some barders already, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do my second barder now, so that's got to be about just over $2.50. You know what? Let's go turn on the other extension. Yeah, so switching Steam Inventory Helper back on. I usually turn it off because sometimes it can cause some silly problems. It might like bounce up around and whatnot, the screen, when I'm trying to be fast. So that's a $3 barder. What? Someone's going that strong? Okay. Wow. I forget my currency is really strong at the moment compared to the dollar. The dollar has gotten very weak. Sorry to say, but that's the truth. Right. Okay, I might have to offer a fairly decent price then. I mean, as time goes on, maybe prices might fluctuate, blah, 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 but wow. Okay. Yeah, you got to put down a good barter then. All right, well. Let's just offer that. Just to see how that goes. Yep. Boom. Go for it. Popstar Sheepman Adore. Okay, so let's quickly turn this on. And again, just to repeat, this is Steam Inventory Helper, which allows me to see a lot more. Steam Inventory Helper lets me see it in my currency and in other currencies. Wow, that is straight up $2.50. Wow, I'm slow. Well, I have faith. I have faith in her. I'm going to offer more than you. Ha! I'm going to buy some regardless. That is some very strong support. Right, so what was the mistake you made? Well, we think we got sandbox skins available. Sure, let's go ahead and find that out then. Are they marketable right now? We thought they were. That accidentally got introduced a little bit too early, so that is currently marketable right now. But yeah, this is something we'll have to do as well in the future. Hopefully the skins don't come out at the same time, because that'd be annoying. Very annoying. But yeah, leather coat, that's not there yet. Can I get a good look at these shoes? No, so cool. Right, so if you're wondering, why did you paste a link? It's because I needed to quickly go to SMM sandbox section just to be able to get to the links for all the pages of the skins there. It turns out, no, they're not marketable right now. So I made a mistake. Good job, Hedge. Anyway, let's go ahead. Look at all the abnormal barter support and question, do we feel confident to jump in and buy some of these skins right now? Okay, so here we are. You notice the prices are up. Let's go through all the skins then. See if they're looking quite appealing. So the $3.49 optimized AK-47, priced at $3.49, and well, it's got barders going all the way up to $3. It's got some very, very good barders. Is that going to go down in price anytime soon? I don't think so. That is looking solid. That is looking like a lot of people care about it. And of course, how many people are going to jump in, like, over the course of the next 20 or so hours? I imagine quite a lot. So I just can't help but assume that's probably going to retain its value for the foreseeable future. But will it actually become a profit? Already some people started listing. Now, initially, there were a few people around $3.45, basically just trying to get their funds back. I don't know why they're doing that. Well, they're gone now. It's back up to $4. We'll see what becomes of this. But it definitely does look like it's going to retain its value. I think I have to jump in and buy 50 of them. You could probably try and sneak in, offer $3.10, try and get them 40 cents cheaper. Just buy it. Just buy it. If you're curious, if you're interested, go ahead and buy it. If you're still thinking it could get cheaper, maybe put down like a $2.80 buy order. Simple as. That looks like it could be secure for a while. Apotheosis of War Garage Door. I looked at this, I was surprised. This doesn't have as much support compared to, of course, the AK and the Sheet Door, which we'll see in a second. It still has decent buy orders, going all the way up to $2.30, but it looks to be the least invested into skin compared to the interesting things we discussed earlier. Still looks good though, but maybe it might be better off of a buy order. I'm starting to second guess this. I might still buy a decent amount, just not as much as what I was initially expecting, or interested in doing, I guess you could say. Do I have the faith we'll see more of this collection? Does it still look cool, Hedge? Come on. I think it could still hold up quite nicely. Now, of course, Popstar. Well, almost as much support in comparison to the AK-47, over 1,200 buy orders. Yeah. I think I'll be buying a lot of these. This, how much are you again? Aren't you $3? Well, look at all the support it has. Going all the way up to $2.70. That is looking good. I'm not joking when I say I might go ahead and buy 100 of these. I did buy 100 hazmat sheet doors. Got to keep up the numbers, you know. Over the course of like the next 16 hours maybe. Yeah, it's going to be an early rust rotation. This probably will get an extra couple thousand subscribers. Don't be surprised by that. The support it has, it looks to be very secure. Now you might sit and say, what if I just want to stick with a buy order? No, I think you're just better off just buying it. I don't really think that's going to suffer that much in the future. And with the possibility of more collection continuations being made and potentially accepted, that's in a very, very, very good spot. So, yeah, I guess we'll be buying then. Over here, we have the hoodie and the pants. Both of them. Tons of support. They are in a very, very, very good spot. So, of course, a lot more people are aware now. With the position that they're in, with the possibility of collection continuations, it just seems far too good. Far too good to miss out on. So, yeah, with the support it has, with both of them priced at $2, with Barders going up to $1.70, I have to make a move. I have to. So, yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. I think I had to jump in and buy 50 of each. Yeah, if you're trying to offer $1.80, you should just buy them. Just buy them. So that is looking pretty good. Look at the support. That has more support in comparison to the garage door, but just a little bit less compared to the sheet door. So, cool. What about Bambooque? Well, Bambooque just basically stops at $1.50. For a $3 skin, ooh. I don't think that would be retaining its value. If you genuinely wanted to pick up some of these today, but you just want to stick with a barter now, $1.60? Yeah, $1.60. I wouldn't be surprised if you pick up some in the near future. If we see another barbecue like that, with transparency in the top like that, I wouldn't be surprised that does drop off. It hasn't sold an absurd amount, but it has sold quite a lot for a barbecue. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Nuke Vibe Jackhammer. Didn't really expect much. Yeah, pretty much the exact same thing happened. It's only gone up to like $1. Nuke Vibe collection has not been holding up very nicely. I'm not feeling very confident, sorry to say. So, yeah, I might just stick with a barter. You could probably offer $1. I'm sure I'll be able to pick up a few in the future. I have the Sahara Bow. Well, not sure if there's enough people out there that care about its transparency, but the support basically ends at $1.40. Yeah. Doesn't look as if it's getting that much attention. Maybe if more people had their eyes on it, maybe then people start to realise, oh, wow, okay, yeah, it's got transparency. It's looking to be a little bit interesting. Is the Black Ops Bow support justified, or is it a manipulation? I still haven't fully figured it out. Shrug. That's a perfectly fine looking bow. Maybe it does hold up. At the very least, I expect it to do better compared to the standard bow skin. Let's see if that actually manages to succeed. So, $1.50 barter, you're probably better off with that. Brutalist Base Box, honestly, just offer $1. I wouldn't be surprised if that drops off. Sorry to say, but yeah. Not a single big fat barter above $1. Ooh. And then we have the Mecha Axe. I'm not fully convinced. All the other Salvaged Axes are going down in price now. There very likely will be more. There was a Twitch drop on the horizon as well. Yeah, I think you're just better off putting down like a $1.10 barter if you're that desperate. I won't be surprised if you pick up some. So, I do believe I'll be buying quite a lot tonight. The AK-47, maybe the garage door, sheet metal door, both the bits of clothing here, and of course, the gloves. I think I'll be jumping in and buying some tonight. Will it all work out nicely? Well, I do my profit reviews. Just wait 2 months. We'll go back to it. We'll see how everything turns out. In 2 months' time, it will be July. Oh, so might be going up a price around then. We'll see. But I am feeling reasonably confident. So, all right. Sneaky 20. Yeah, I might just probably grab a 20 batch of the boots. Do I buy 20 or 30 of the Apotheosis of War Garage Door? I'm questioning it. Maybe I'll leave that till later tomorrow. You'll be pushing it, Hedge. I know. Right, anyway, so honestly, that was a perfectly fine batch of skins. And to my surprise, it didn't get too silly. Which is fine. I'm alright with that. So, of everything here, what is truly your most favourite skin of the week? Go for a comment below now. Right, so I repeat, we are expecting an early rust rotation tomorrow. Lots of interesting skins have been submitted as of recent. Will they actually be accepted? We shall see. Now, if you want to be aware of all the newest skin submissions, consider watching the Rust Workshop skin checks for May 5, 2026. Again, it was a shorter video. I get the feeling I might just stick with this method of showcasing the skins now, discussing them. I only talk about the collection continuations, and we saw some pretty cool looking designs. Tempered tactical gloves, naval camo backpack, ooh. Comics and Abyss SKS, Antique and Popstar pump shotgun. There's a lot of interesting skins there. Feel free to give this a watch. Feel free to listen in as I discuss potential investments. Cool. So, other than that, I think everything's all said and done. I was just going through some previous tweets. Yeah, that's it. Oh, by the way, yeah, someone on Sandbox has made a special little training server we can play of old recoil. Yes, I'm not joking. Rust shooting range on Sandbox. You can play with the old recoil if you want to. Wow. The possibilities are endless. Soon, we'll also be able to make Rust 2. So, no. I mean, what's stopping people from making, like, Legacy Rust? Just remake the game, but then only have old recoil. Guys, it's been 4 years and we're still talking about it. Wow. Well, surely that's justification. If we've got old school RuneScape and what was it? What's the legacy servers that you get in World of Warcraft? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Would you want that? You might get a lot of people actually playing it. Imagine if you could have it server specific. You could just have it in Rust then, couldn't you? It is what it is. Anyway, so don't forget tomorrow. These free skins in particular, they only become marketable when the Rust rotates. So you've got to wait a bit. But it is expected to be early. Now, if it's not early, I'd be surprised. But tomorrow I do plan to play the wipe. So if you're going to watch an idiot try his best, maybe cry a little, you're more than welcome to hop in and say hello. Pending I don't feel yuck, because I've been dealing with hay fever real bad for the past few days. Hasn't been fun. True legacy rust. What, 2015? Well, okay, then we'll see. Anyway, yeah, that's everything. So, new update. New interesting things to look forward to. What will the player count be? What are we going to peak at? What do you reckon? Last year for May, we had the jungle update. We had quite a lot of people turning up. Other than that, I mean, well, what we got for this month? Not sure. Nothing insane. So back over to here, looking at my tweets. My tweets, mine. Well, actually, no, the Rust one. There you go. The new mortar is actually being implemented already. Well, wow, that was... Really? Okay. The changes to the workbench to get the bonuses. Deep sea loot nerf? No. Deep sea boat vendors selling equipment. I mean, just a fine looking update. That's all. So, alright then. Cool. That's it. That's everything. Let's see how everything turns out. Let's see what gets accepted tomorrow. Now we ask you, the viewer, what are you hoping? What are you hoping to see being accepted tomorrow? You never know. We might see a skin that was submitted like half a year ago being accepted. No, I don't think it's going to be Temple Tier 2 and Hoodie and Pants. I think we should let it go. But they won't listen, will they? No. They are still hopeful. They are still hopeful.